So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks Peter, hello everybody, ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing, certainly up for this one. If you're just joining us, we are already on the way. Alexander-Arnold. Brazil finding their passes. Threads one in. Oh, well measured. And he's onside. Bale. Ambitious ball here. Pullet is wide and looking to get onto this. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
I'd say Petr Cech. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job, and he breeds confidence for his defence.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. De Jong, and this is Shevchenko. Well, played right into his path. Shoots! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Bale really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Now it's Gullit. Gullit proves just a little bit too strong. And it's De Jong. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Milan have their second corner now. Defending of the desperate variety. Bergomi. Thuram. Brazil yet to have an attempt on goal. Can he finish? Fantastic from De Jong! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Simplicity itself.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
And he's gone looking for safety. Gullit dominates aerially so often.
Brazil really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Messi. Nedved. And that pass just didn't quite work. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Gullit. Gullit going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, well played, well played. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Yaya Toure. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nedved. Oh, this is a terrific run. Nedved will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And the counter is on. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Vieira. Bale. And he cuts out the supply. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And this is Paulette, and that's been won straight back. And this is Nedved. Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Pullet attempts a clearance. The ball goes, gets his head on it! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Zanetti. Vieira. Zanetti. And it's Bergomi. De Jong. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Nedved. And Zanetti.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Oh, that's a key interception. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Zanetti. And the half-time whistle goes. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And we're underway again.
Brazil really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
De Jong. And it's Nedved. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Nicely spread. Nedved always looking for that half a chance. And that is as far as they're going to go. Ferdinand. Zanetti. And it's Nedved. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rate it in or suffer the consequences.
Ferdinand is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's a good ball. Cristiano Ronaldo. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. That has been cut short. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
De Jong receives it in a wide position. Backward, tries a shot! They've done it! Two to the good. And they are purring, absolutely purring. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Brazil can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
That is good alertness. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Zanetti. Brazil still have the cards to affect this game. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And this is Bale, and he's surging through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Well-timed, excellent interception. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Foot in.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 8, numero 2, numero 4, Bale, numero 15. Lasciano il campo per il numero 26, il numero 14, Thiago,
Alexander-Arnold.
il numero 11,
It's a sharp
il
little
numero
ball here.
21, Luis Suarez.
Alexander-Arnold. And this is... And a chance! This is their second corner of the game.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 6. Lascia il campo per il numero 18.
And that has been cleared. And it's Vieira. Roberto Carlos. Oh, what a climb! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
And that should get the job done. Ferdinand. And here's... And the shot! It's in! Back to within one! Interesting! Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Bergomi. Milan looking to pass their way through. He's one, goes for a shot! He's got a goal! And surely that does it! Perfect time, decisive strike. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Big chance! He's scored! Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, they'd just be...
Great chance! Sticks it away! A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
Milan take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Tries to pass it through. Ferdinand. Vieira.
Il quarto uomo indica 6 minuti di recupero.
It's Ronaldinho. Looking tidy in possession here. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. And here's Ibrahimovic. Thiago is always looking to break lines. Now that looks a decent ball. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Oh no, he's got that wrong. Thiago. And it's Salah. Knocks it into space. And that is that. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. The action has already started. Milan have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold the central ground. Communication is obviously vital to make it a success, but this team knows what it's doing, and I think we're going to see that reflected.
Gullit.
The Dutch introduced total football to the world, and in many ways, Ruud Gullit is the perfect example.
Well, he really could play in any position.
Yes, he started as a sweeper and showed that he could play anywhere in midfield and indeed up front. Big, strong and absolutely gifted.
Gullit. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Bale. Is that a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Ferdinand. And it's Gullit. And it's De Jong. Here's Nedved. Nedved will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Can he get on the end of this? Now this could be a chance. Tries a shot! Goal! Brazil! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Brazil have penetrated for the first time.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Gullit! And it's hit the woodwork and out! He gets the ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
It's a Brazil free kick. An opportunity then to pull clear here. Messi!
Milan have got away with it this time, but I think if they carry on giving away free kicks in positions like that, I think they'll be made to pay. They've got to be very careful. Just a little more discipline is called for.
Now that's a lovely exchange. Oh, what a... Oh, it rattles the bar, and he's following up! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Zanetti.
Milan clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
De Jong. Thuram spots it and intercepts. Could move up a gear here. And it's Gullit. Well, that looks a decent ball. Van der Sar gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. Now it's Gullit. Gets a good foot in there. De Jong. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Alexander-Arnold. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And this is Shevchenko. Shevchenko showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, no joy this time. Nedved.
Brazil really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Messi puts his foot on the gas. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Gullit. And this is Nedved. That's a good ball. Shapes to shoot! And yes, it's there! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And we hit half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break.
Signore e signori, vi ricordiamo che potete partecipare all'iniziativa per uno stadio migliore.
So we're into the second 45. Czech claims comfortably. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Gullit. De Jong is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Now it's Roberto Carlos. And he's intervened well there. Vieira. Now it's Shevchenko. Shevchenko proves just a little bit too strong. Bergomi makes the interception. Gullit looks to get on the end of this. De Jong. And it's Bale. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Nedved. And here's Shevchenko. Yaya Toure. And it's Gullit. Pressure coming in from all directions. Roberto Carlos. Nedved. Roberto Carlos. He's got away. Flings in across. Good ball, good take. Big header! Goal! Brazil! And they're back in front. Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
giocatori. L'affluenza di
Brazil
quest'oggi è
can
di
now introduce the first of their
80.113 spettatori.
substitutes. Brazil take the lead. He has found the way through. And he's making progress on the ball. That is a brilliant interception.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Milan have the chance to go the other way. Brazil are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Zanetti. Nedved going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Bale. Nicely weighted ball. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Ibrahimovic. That is a crunching tackle. Milan needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Ferdinand. And here's Shevchenko. Clipped into space. No, that's been intercepted. Thuram gets over and intercepts. Half an hour gone in the second half. Nedved.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Vieira. It's Bergomi. And here's Hullet. And this is Shevchenko. Now this could be a chance. That's good defending in numbers.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 6, numero 8, numero 2, numero 4.
And it's Vieira.
Numero 15. Lasciano il campo
Thiago.
per il numero 18. Il numero
It's a
26.
good spell of possession, this.
Il numero 14.
Can he finish?
Thiago. Il
And
numero
that
11.
could come back to
Il
haunt
numero
them.
21.
Well, the lead may be
Luis
fragile,
Suarez.
but the keeper was focused and strong.
Cleared away. Vieira touches it back. Thuram. And here's Suarez. Well, he's seen that early. He used a certain sixth sense. It's a throw-in. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Looking for options for movement. He's away. Good read, needed to be. And that should get the
Il
job
quarto
done.
uomo indica 2 minuti di
Milan
recupero.
really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Vieira has created one goal already. And that is as far as it goes. Brazil proudly puff out their chests in victory. They know that was a battle. They know it could so easily have gone the other way. And they are clearly so happy to have won it.
Attenzione, signore.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, the modern version of that is a lot more fluid and flexible than in bygone times. There's a much greater understanding of the need for players to cover forward running, and it enables risk-taking while the gaps are filled. I'm very much a fan of it. There are a lot of people who seem to have kind of ignored it and just put it to bed, but it still works, it's still valid, and I think we're going to see it be successful here.
And he's intervened well there. That has not gone well.
Might want to be careful there. Well, Peter, at this stage we often focus on the creative and goal-scoring talent, but I'm going to mention a defender in Lilian Thuram. As good as they come for me, very strong and athletic and competent in every other department you care to mention.
Just about the perfect defensive specimen.
Yeah, and I think often underrated. Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Nicely shaped ball. Ferdinand calmly anticipates. Vieira.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
And it's Thuram. Passes short and sharp.
Bale really was well marshalled there, because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Shevchenko. He's on the finish! Goal! Milan! More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Vieira.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Great ball if he can get there. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Lovely bit of skill. Zanetti. Here's Vieira. De Jong is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And it's Vieira. It's Gullit. 30 minutes gone. De Jong. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Some really good ball movement. And it's Messi. And here's Gullit. This looks promising. Alexander-Arnold, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Vieira.
Brazil certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Alexander-Arnold. No way through there. Zanetti. And it's Vieira. Gullit. That is good alertness. And That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Bale. Now it's Shevchenko. Hullet. Messi. Messi. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And it's Messi. Alexander-Arnold. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And the action is back underway.
Brazil can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Vieira. Nedved. Now it's Nedved. And he's managed to get free. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Time and again they are repelled. Nedved. Now that's well seen too. Nedved can see things others simply cannot. And it's Hullet. Shevchenko. De Jong. It's Hullet. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Chance! Cristiano Ronaldo looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Brazil still this single goal behind. And he plays one through. And this is Nedved. And he's cut it out. Nedved. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. So we've reached the hour mark. Hullet. Hullet will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Nedved going face-to-face with his great rival. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Nedved looking to get on the end of this.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 8.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Numero 15. Lasciano il campo per il numero 26. Il numero 13. Il numero 11.
Ferdinand is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Brazil still have the cards to affect this game. Mohamed Salah. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Vieira. And it's Zanetti. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Thuram. De Jong. Now that looks a decent ball. Rummenigge. Just about up to 75 minutes. Thuram. Vieira. That's a good ball out wide. Mohamed Salah gets into a good position. Great chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. It is a corner.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero
Milan
6,
with the corner.
numero
They're
2.
first.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 18, il numero 14, Thiago.
Nicely aimed pass.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Aimed beyond the defence. Thiago finds himself offside. Well read, nice interception. Cech is there to clear. It's a pretty loose pass. Now he's got space here. Bergomi kept his eye on it, and he's there. Brazil must do something here, and very quickly.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Well, they can break here. And it's Alexander-Arnold. It's Neymar! They've scored! They have stolen level at the last! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
All square again into the dying minutes.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only...
He's got tall! No, not the best of headers.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Thiago. And the referee brings it to a close. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. it.